Ooh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, and welcome back to Subscriber Saturday, where I take your guys' deck list, play a couple replays, and then I go over the deck profile. I give my opinions on it. If you guys want me to play your deck list on the channel, or a chance to, I should say, just make sure you're subscribed, and you can send me the deck list in the comment section. You can send it to me on Twitter at SpencerTheWiz, or you can even email it to me, which would be preferred because you can send me the actual file on EDO Pro at the email is rgeekculture@gmail.com. I will have all of those in the description down below. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. This deck is a little chaotic, but that's what this channel is really all about. I like to play weird stuff, and Eater of Millions is in here. The whole Chaos, I think it's called Chaos Core, is in here too. This is probably one thing I definitely would take out. So this card says, when this card is targeted for an attack or card effect, you get to Foolish Burial all of the Sacred Beast. Theoretically, it sets you up for your Armitile plays, but I don't know. I think it's a little too slow. I think setup cards are a little too slow in today's modern meta, so that would be one thing. I'll talk about that more in the deck profile. But yeah, obviously the best tech of, or one of the best cards or best aspects of this deck is that Skill Drain does absolutely nothing. Like, you will also play Skill Drain in your deck. And yeah, all of your Sacred Beast effect, or the little monsters, they activate it, like pop themselves off the field to activate their effects, meaning that they get to work around Skill Drain, which is really, really nice. I'm going to draw a couple cards here. And yeah, so I think this is one of the best examples of why Chaos Core, I'm a little not for it, because it is sitting there and there are better plays throughout all of these to make it, to make more impactful things happen like this. Like, I can pop his back row. It's just an Eye of Timaeus, although Skill Drain is on the board. I probably should have just summoned Armitile, but what are you going to do? Okay, Hamon is going to go ahead and summon itself, and basically I have enough for lethal already. He has Dark Honest there just to get rid of Uriah, but that's it. Of course, Fallen Paradise is absolutely insane. Pot of Greed that protects your monsters is always good, which was pretty cool. Okay, we can go ahead and go into the other one. This is against Raid Raptor. It's a little bit more casual version because they are playing pure Raid Raptor, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're playing all the really kind of crazy cards. One of the rank ups, when your rank up's destroyed by card effect, that's the kind of quick play it's going for. Let's see what they end up. So he searches out a Booster Strix, which destroys the monster that's attacking. I think I could have actually seen that coming, but I play right into it. Okay, so this Gizmek card is in here because you do banish a lot of cards either through pot of cards, all that kind of stuff. So this is interesting because it does search out, your Dark Beckoning Beast. It's just unfortunate because this card doesn't special summon itself. It only normal summons. It's a free normal summon, even though it's a level 6, if you have to have 6 banished cards. So I did have the follow-up play, which is part of the advantage, but yeah, you would really like to be able to activate, this turn that you get it. Okay, so he's going to go into Revolution Falcon, I'm pretty sure, but I do have Skill Drain. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and use Opening the Spirits, activate Dark Summoning Beast, go into Hamon, and I think he's going to try to pop with Revolution Falcon. I, of course, will respond with this. And he can't activate, he can't have multiple Winged Beast monsters, no effects either. So that's pretty much it, which is always the advantage. I've talked about Sacred Beast being a floodgate deck, through and through pretty much all the time. And it, held true there. Okay, so this is the deck list that I got. We'll go ahead and take a look at it. So first off is Raviel, Lord of Phantasm, Shimmering Scraper. This card is alright, but it's really kind of bricky in your hand. If anything, I would take out one of the Uriahs, and also would take out Hyperblaze, and maybe put in another Raviel. I think that may help you if you want to use this card effect. I don't think you can use all the strategies together. It's just a little too much, in my opinion. But yeah, Shimmering Scraper also, I don't know if it does enough for the deck, especially if they have some defense position monsters. If it was attack every monster +1 or something crazy like that, I would actually be pretty interested in maybe using this card more. Okay, 2 Hamon, I totally agree with that. 2 Uriah, I don't know. I did play a Mystic Mind deck, and I summoned out 2 Uriah to soft once per turn, if you can believe that. So that's where it comes in handy. And obviously can't be responded to, or Spell and Traps can't be responded to it, which is also really cool. But considering that you're not playing that many traps in the deck, like you're most likely not going to have multiple continuous traps in your graveyard, and you're not going to have Hyper Blaze. So that's why I put it down to 1. And really, the only reason you want to play Uriah is because they do play Armitile in the deck. Both of them, which makes sense. And I do like this card, so I think there could be use, but that's what I would do with the ratios. Gizmek Orochi can obviously be searched with the Ferocious Fang Fortress if you don't have your normal summon, which is pretty neat. It's nice to kind of have that banish engine. I actually don't know why this card is in the deck. It's a free special summon, so I guess you could technically tribute with Dark Summoning Beast. But I don't think you really don't want 3 Dark Summoning Beasts. You don't want to be normal summoning it, although they do have the Monarch Stormforth in here, and I did use that in one of my replays. I lost the duel, but yeah. So I kind of get it, but I would take this out for sure. Armageddon Knight's really interesting, but it does take up your normal summon, so I get wanting to like Foolish Burial something if you do have the continuous spell card. But like I've been talking about in some of the other stuff, it feels like more setup, and it's just maybe like one turn too slow to work. But not a bad tech card, certainly. Necroface, when it's normal summon, you get to shuffle all banished cards back into the deck. You're running, your Pot of Desires and everything like that. You're running the Gizmek. So I do get that synergy, but your normal summon is so important in Sacred Beast for all of these cards. Once you have opening, like it gets a little easier, but still. So it's an interesting tech card. The one Chaos Core, like I said, I would take that out. And they do run Cyberstein, and this is a really interesting card, and one I would actually really consider changing up the extra deck. So you have multiple copies of, pretty much all of these cards. I'd run all of these at 1. That's what I would do personally. And then you could put in this little package as a 1-card package, for your Cyberstein that turns into like infinite negates, basically. So I did make a Cyberstein video like a month ago, or maybe it was longer than that, I can't remember, but I did work on a Cyberstein deck that's actually really good. So you can look at the combo tutorial for that to look at that Cyberstein combo. So if you do open it, you can go way crazier. But the cool thing is actually you can summon out Armitile the Chaos Phantasm. It doesn't have to be properly special summoned first, which is nuts. And also, it gives you back a 10,000 attack body at the end of the turn. So really cool tech card. I love Cyberstein in this deck. That's really sick. Okay, so the 3 Dark Summoning Beasts, that's pretty standard. 3 Chaos Summoning Beasts. I think in my regular Sacred Beast build, I run this at 3, 2, maybe it's 3, 3, and 2. I know I don't run 3 of these. But technically this also isn't a play starter, because you have to have something in your hand. That's like, this is the card you want to facilitate all your plays from, The Eater of Millions is fun. There's a lot of 1-ofs in this deck that are kind of fun. I think this one's fine. I guess that's why you have extra copies in here. Personally, I would take this out and maybe put in like Dark Ruin or more, because you can't attack the turns these are summoned normally anyways. So it's kind of like, not anti-synergy, but a little funny. It's good form of removal for sure, though. But there's a lot of bouncing and monster negates in this format, so it might not be the best time. 1 for 1, summons out Chaos Summoning Beast from the deck. That's decent for sure, because especially if you can pitch something like Dark Summoning Beast, I could totally get that. So I like that as a tech card. And, the one Raigeki, I would push this to 3 without a doubt. I would 100% do that, because this card's just too good. It just gets you to the best card in the deck. And if you already have the nuts or whatever you want to call it, like a really good opening, well, then this card is just extra, right? Because it can just search other spells and traps that you really want to have. The 2 Pot of Desires, it does work well with the Gizmek stuff, so I totally understand that, kind of where that's coming from. I would take out Card Destruction. I saw this card a few times when I was going through replays, and never once did I want to activate it. So, personally, I would take this thing out. They do have a Terraforming, because they do run Mystic Mine, and Mystic Mine is a really good card in the format. So, 100%, I think that's a pretty cool tech card. Foolish Burial also, pretty sure I run this too. It's good to throw these in the graveyard, whatever you don't have. It's like an extra copy of each of these, except for Dark Beckoning Beast. This doesn't do anything in the graveyard. Moss Reborn's also just a good card in general. Left Arm Offering is interesting, I suppose. I don't think I would necessarily use it, though. You really do kind of need all the cards in your hand, and yeah, I don't know. I really don't, unless like you're going for Dimension Fusion Destruction as like your kind of end all be all. So in that case, I can get it, but otherwise, like early on, like this isn't a card I think you're going to want to activate. But cool nonetheless. 2 Twin Twisters. I think everybody needs an Optimistic Mind in the main deck right now. At least 1 copy of like Cosmic, or in this case, Twin Twisters. It's cool to, again, dump Dark Summoning Beast in there. Sometimes like you can do the Chaos Summoning Beast. All of that. This card works really well in Sacred Beast. The Monarch Stormforth I talked about a little bit for Tribute Summoning, although I'd probably take this out too. The 2 Cerulean Skyfire is always pretty nice. I run 1 copy of this, but 2 is fine. It also has a pretty cool effect that once it leaves the field, you don't take any more damage during the turn. Opening the Spirit Gates, of course, is going to be ran at 3. It's like the best card in the deck. 2 Fallen Paradise, they also super on the same page there. Mystic Mine. I talked about Hybrid Blaze that I would take out. There can be only 1 is so good in this deck, and against most decks in general. Think about this card against Bird Up. 3 Awakening of the Sacred Beast seems a little extreme in my opinion. You need to be focused more on getting 2 of them on the field, so maybe run it at 1, maybe run it at 2 in the skill drain. Honestly, maybe you want to run 2 of these and just like 1 skill drain, because they effectively do the same thing at some point, and you don't want to have multiples of that. So, well, first of all, thank you for submitting your deck. I really do appreciate that. It's very fun to play. Oh, I didn't go over the extra deck. I guess I'll do that first, and I'll give my final thoughts. 2 Armor Tile of Chaos Phantasm, Armor Tile of the Chaos Phantasm, Phantom of Fury, 3 of the Phantasm Emperor Trilo Jig, the 1 Idaten, the Conqueror's Star, the Thousand Eyes Restrict, pretty cool target, with the Cyberstein. Barricade Board Blocker, Link Karibo, 2 Salmagrain Amirage, 1 Anima, and a Beretta Plant Burning Naconda. Do go ahead and dump that Dimension Fusion Destruction. But yeah, I think what you want to focus on for maybe like future iterations of this build is really putting that deck size down. 53 is a little awkward. Maybe you want to at least bring it down to 50. 40 is always preferred. 45 I think is doable, certainly. But yeah, make sure you check out that Cyberstein video I made so you can really beef up this extra deck and bring it to the next level. And you can even alter it to even still bring these guys out, because I do think there's a ton of versatility. This card's insane against some decks. I would actually play Dark Rule no more if you can activate that, and they have a bunch of monsters on the board. Then you can normal summon this, activate it, give them this, banish their entire board. Then you're getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff, which is nice. And then you can give yourself, a 10,000 attack body like I've been talking about. So yeah, overall, it's fun. There's a lot of cool tech cards in here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. But other than that, that's going to do it, for today's video. And I'll see you guys next time.